Okay. This is an audio vlog. December, whatever it is, 18th. I decided to bowl with my Jesus sweatshirt. Picked up a nice split. Posted it on Facebook. I have a hard time with that split, the 210. I used to get it all the time at Granada. I picked it up. Yeah, I don't want to talk about that. Censor it. I'm working on my self-control, alright? Censor it a little bit. Oh. Okay. Where are we right now? Okay, we're going home. Yes, these license plates are definitely going to spark some conversations. 6 CZK2216. We could talk about that. Galatians 2:16. One of my least favorite Bible verses. Just the fruit of the verse, and if somebody beats you to a verse, if you're reading the Bible and you read it on your own, everything's probably going to be okay. But if you're 13 years old, 15 years old, 21 years old, and some pastor brings a verse you've never heard before, rams down an interpretation down your throat, you might be stuck with that for life. Good luck getting out of that. You're stuck. Let me over, please. We're all driving here. Let me over, please. Thank you. Protestantism is, well, it's better than nothing. It's better than nothing. It really is. I was thinking about this the other day. Like, literally the other day, like within a week. I lost my train of thought. Hold on a second. What am I saying? Okay, well that thought flipped away. Maybe I'm not supposed to say that. Anyways. Just trust the process here. What am I saying? Yeah, okay, I thought of it again. I don't think the thought would have came back. I mean, it happens all the time, right? I'm going to look for a sign to see if I should say it. 6:8. I don't have any verses memorized for 6:8. 8:6. Don't have anything for that either. 3 arrows. Don't know what that means. End road work. Okay. That means end the topic. That's how I'm going to interpret that. End road work again. 4:5. Okay. 4:5 again. Okay. Here we go. Exit 45. Okay. Romans 4:5. Let's talk about that. But to him who worketh not, but believeth on him who justifies the ungodly, his faith is counted for righteousness. That is my least favorite verse in all of Scripture. Obviously, it's true in context. That's how the Bible works. It's the Word of God. But we're talking about the 5th verse of the 4th chapter of a book written by Paul. And in context, he's talking about circumcision, works of the Mosaic Law, stuff like that. There is a Joseph Smith translation. But to him who seeketh not to be justified by the law of works, but believeth on him who justifies not the ungodly, his faith is counted for righteousness. Now that is a better version. I don't think Joseph Smith even knew what he was. Maybe he did know, but he was Spirit inspired, and that's my favorite verse in the JST. It's correcting my least favorite verse, and he throws a knot in there. He threw a knot in there, and actually that's where the word K-N-O-T came from, the origin source. K-N-O-T. Because we're all ungodly relative to Christ, but not all of us are unrepentant. Unrepentant drives you into the wherever the unrepentant people go. Take a wild guess. Then there's the repentant, which is not the ungodly. It doesn't literally mean the ungodly because we've all sinned, everyone. So God does not justify the unrepentant, but he does justify the repentant, is the idea there. And, that's what I'm supposed to talk about. The Bible starts off good, and then the more wicked people get, the more wicked that Bible gets. You're projecting your knowledge, your morality into it, and it's not the word. There's a local church here. I'm not going to say the name because I'm going to be throwing the guy under the bus. That's the rule. Slander is when you say something bad about someone that isn't true. And that's really bad. Gossip is when you say bad things about people behind their back. That is true. And if you think it's worth it, go for it, but it's a sin, you know. There's better things you could talk about than a bunch of wicked, truth, talking about other people's sins in a non-rehabilitative, non-corrective, just purely, retributive way, just for the blood sport of it. You gotta have a lot of good to make up for it. If you're gonna do it, go for it. But that's my definition of gossip anyway. Unrighteous, just mean, messed up things about people behind their back. That's true. Would be gossip. And then slander is where it's, damn near illegal sometimes. You could almost get defamation for that if you get sued. That's just wrong. Slander is really bad. But you could plead ignorance. If you think it's true, then it's I guess it'd be a hybrid of gossip. You're trying to gossip, but you're accidentally slandering. I've seen a lot of hell testimonies where people, millions of people burning in hell for gossip and slander. So you got to watch out for that. But I feel like if I don't say his name or the church, it's a teaching tool, right? I could talk about, Hitler, Stalin, Mussolini. You can. I don't know if there's a special exemption to bash some of the most wicked men and women of the past. Whoever that woman was to take prayer out of schools, wicked. You don't know how wicked that is. I just got chills. Yeah, wicked, very wicked. I mean, there's just the levels of evil, nigh uncatchable. I can't comprehend this. 172. I don't know what that means. 172. Okay, I get it a little bit. Ephesians 5:11. Something about do not have fellowship with the darkness, rather expose it. Okay. And I love Charlie Kirk, and he was a guy who was doing that. We lost Charlie Kirk, okay, but that's just one guy in the Army. I mean, he's a big boy, but that fired up people to go to church. I think the devil may have broke the rules somewhere to take him out, but I don't know. "5-1", I don't know what that means. I don't have a single verse memorized. 5-1, in any book. 5-1, I don't know what that means. 5:11, yes, Ephesians 5:11. Ephesians 5:11 makes sense, yes. Do not have fellowship with the darkness, rather expose it. And when you expose evil, you're going to get a lot of brownie points doing that. Now, a lot of people, especially LDS, they're what I call quadruple blue angels, and they want to feel good all the time. And I mean, I'm not going to say his name because it's not going to be good, but alright, I won't say it. Yes. I knew that sign was coming up too. No parking anytime, no parking lane. Well, escape games. Here we go, 224. What's 224? I have nothing on 22. I have Psalm 2:4. God laughs on a throne all day. 22:4 is a proverb. It's probably fine. It's probably a good one. I have Proverbs 22:6, Proverbs 22:7. Proverbs 22:4, I don't have that one. Should we look it up? I don't know. 828. Now that's what I'm talking about. That's a license plate that I'm not afraid of. NOT. God will work together all things for the good for those who love Him. It's good. 84 Market. Jack's Cafe. Anyways, everyone, how should I say this? 99% of the population plus thinks we either need cops or we really want them or we want them. 99+%. 517. Hold on a second. Okay. Thank you. Okay, so 99+% of the population loves cops and police officers because, well, It stops the bad guys. It protects us, especially the emergency stuff. So much wicked potential with no cops. So the cops being there, not only does it stop the crimes when it happens, but it induces fear in people to begin with. Crimes that would have happened with no cops don't happen because of cops. It's called the second use of the law. First use of the law, use it as a mirror to help convince you that you're not a perfect person. And Jesus was all about that on the Sermon on the Mount. Nobody's perfect. That's the main use of the law, moral law. The other one is the law as the law as a conscience to protect the wicked. To protect the righteous from the wicked. Okay, if you're not gonna let me over, then okay. Really? Okay. Thank you. I'll just go on this lane. Anyways, the third use of the law is to use it as a guide. A lot of people, they say, wow, that's a really good idea when they look at the law. And that's not the main use of the law, but it is the third use. Yeah, we should follow that law. And your conscience should be attracted to all those commandments. Because the commandments on their own are, I guess you could say good. Yeah, good, but I mean, in a lowercase w sense, worship worthy. The law, God's law. I mean, there's laws that I think are kind of weird, or that I used to think were weird, that I actually think are really good now. But they're all good. The one that I think is the most weird is pride. I've never had a problem with people, or like loving yourself. That's a sin. I've never had a problem with it personally. It looks kind of weird, and it's kind of, that guy has a foot on a rock and he's eating an apple. But I don't know the ins and outs of why pride is a sin. It's just cringe. I mean, it's dishonest. It can be dishonest, depending on what you're proud about. My problem with the Christian Lucifer is when he wanted to become like God, and he wanted to do it the wrong way and exalt himself, and that was just stupid because it was dishonest. And he's a creation, and he wants all the muscles without doing any of the work. Steroids, basically, if you want to think about it like that. Same with the Lucifer of Mormonism. He's like, let's all be rich. Let's all have a derp, and we'll all go to heaven. Derp, and they're both idiots. But if we're talking about Michael Jordan thinks he's the best basketball player, or LeBron even. Curry, he thinks he's the best of all time from his position. A better example would be Wayne Gretzky, because I think he's more clearly the GOAT of hockey. But if Wayne Gretzky were to say, I am the most high in the category of redeemed sinner in hockey, I have no problem with it, but I think God does. So I really do. And apparently there's something. I don't have all the information. It's the problem. I don't know all the things that God knows. I have a very limited perspective of life, and I like saying it when I'm in that position, and I like when other people say it when they're in that position. But just because I like it and I like seeing it doesn't mean God likes it and likes seeing it. But my thing, and there's like, shouldn't you give God credit? It's like axiomatic. It's athletes are automatically thanking their team, their teammates, their coaches, their food people. They're auto thanking God for the oxygen. That goes without saying. I mean, people say it too, which is good, but it goes without saying anyways. Is there anything left over where I can consume 6'5"? I don't know what that means, because it can't be that. 065, I don't know what that means. 6'5", let me think. I only have 165. Well, sometimes license plates make absolutely no sense, so. 8065. It doesn't even make any sense. But anyways. There's other sins that I don't know. But in general, like, just put the ones I don't get to the side a little bit. 99, the other 600 plus laws are great. But the main two laws, love God, love others. That's what's most important, you know? And I just, what a beautiful street. Dream world. Dream world for us. Must be nice. It is. It's amazing. Wow. So many Christmas lights out here. Must be like 20 houses all participating in that. You know, it is kind of a selfless thing to do. I guess it's just good overall. Wow. Deacon Dave's has the record. Most Christmas lights. We used to go there as little kids. Stuff like that. It's amazing. Super cool. Well, I'm home. Wow. Well, I got a bowling tournament tomorrow. I hate losing. But those guys are so good. It's especially Ronnie Fujita if he shows up. My goodness. One-handed he does that. It's amazing. This guy looked like a 25-year-old when he was 13. Massive back swing, and just, it's amazing. I don't know how he does it. Whew. God loves sportsmanship more than he loves sports. Just create a good environment. If I lose, it means someone else gets to win. Winning makes me laugh. Losing makes me smile. That's how it should be. I've always hated sore losers and sore losing. I understand you wanted to win, and I've done it too. Like I really wanted to win. But sore winners is like, God doesn't like it. It's like, it's just they're both forms of drunkenness. The sore loser, it's like you're missing the point of life and you're getting all caught up in the moment. It says in the Book of Mormon, if there's no losing, there's no winning. In order to win, you have to have a possibility, a chance of losing. There's an angel in heaven boasting in his undefeated record. Well, you've never made a choice in your life. So we don't believe you. And you shouldn't either. You're free to stay the way you are. But if you want to be able to say that you love God legit, you got to get tested. And there's going to be a yes, there's going to be a true love option, and then there's going to be the other option. And of course they all sign up for it, I'm sure. It's just sore winning, it sometimes hurts other people, hurts their feelings, but not always. I don't mind when people are sore winners into me, especially friends, and I mean, their conscience stops them, but if they were to keep doing it, it's okay. But it's also just an inflated. Sometimes it's not. And sometimes it's just not justified. You think you think you're better than you are. I don't know. I shouldn't ask ChatGPT about stuff like this. I shouldn't, but sometimes if you make a biblical case and there's Bible verses over here, it's like, well, I don't want to do it if God doesn't want me to do it. I could do it as a self-parody. Probably be fine. I love doing self-parody. Maybe a little bit too much. How does making fun of myself hurt other people? It's because they love me so much. They think I'm... I don't want to hurt other people. I don't. There's probably people who care about me more than I've ever cared about anyone ever. I don't know what that's like. I've never had kids. I hear people who have kids, man. They go crazy for those kids. I've always had problems with second greatest commandment. I'm getting so much better at it now, though. Now that I have a higher view of man. I see. God. I guess it's like, I don't even know if I want to say that. I don't want to say that. I'm not going to say it, no.